Sports around the world are made up of teams of all trained athletes, all going for the same cause. And whether you've been on a present sports team or you've been on a team in the past or you've just witnessed them maybe on TV or in person at a sporting event, there's no mistaking the amount of hard work and dedication that goes into all these players' craft day in and day out. And there's a new technology that I'm going to be getting into today. It's very useful for the training aspect that goes on behind the scenes, which is very beneficial for performances on and off the field. This new technology is known as wearable technology, and it has arisen in sports that helps monitor fitness levels throughout the games and workouts for these players' conditioning and for training and competition. Athletes for any sport put lots of effort into getting prepared for their season of competition. This new wearable technology that these athletes can use to their benefit can come in forms of smartwatches, fitness trackers, or also specialized sports sensors. And all these help athletes determine key performance metrics and optimal workloads for their training. This not only helps athletes get feedback on their training, but also kind of points out the strengths and the weaknesses that certain athletes need to work on in their training, depending on the feedback that they get from these new wearable technology. For example, according to sports venue technology, by understanding movement patterns and positioning during training or competition, coaches can refine strategies, optimize game plans, and make data-driven decisions in real time. This new wearable technology not only helps athletes with their own performance on the field, but also helps the team as a whole with these coaching game plans and possibly new tactics just to help win these games when you really realize the strengths and the weaknesses that each player provides through their training off the field. Because new wearable technology for athletes helps performance tracking and health, it also helps with injury prevention and also just the correct recovery techniques when somebody does get injured. As a former athlete myself, I can say that being on the bench due to an injury is very demoralizing just because I'm not out there helping my team win and I'm not help giving cause for the effort. But with this new wearable technology, it's actually helped ramp up these recovery methods and helps get athletes back on the field quicker based on new tactics. According to a quote from Sports Venue Technology again, quote, numerous case studies highlight the significant role of wearing technology in reducing the risk of injuries amongst athletes. In professional soccer, for example, wearables have been instrumental in tracking players' movements and biomechanics, helping coaches identify patterns that may increase the likelihood of muscle strains or ligament injuries by intervening with target interventions such as personalized strength and conditioning programs or corrective exercises, end quote. This feature of instant feedback when a player is training is huge for athletes' performance and safety overall. Knowing the workload, knowing how much a player can endure during a certain workout may help prevent these injuries that may come up in the future if these wearable technologies weren't around. It helps athletes just stay in a healthy state on and off the field for the sake of themselves and for the sake of their loved ones. In conclusion, any athlete that competes takes a risk of putting too much of a toll on their body in training or in the off season. But now, thanks to this new wearable technology in sports, these athletes will have the proper game plan and know the proper precautions in their training rituals and in their whole game plan going forward. This helps keep their body health intact as well as maximizing their performance on game day, on and off the field. Overall, I'm so glad that this technology has been arisen in sports just for the sake of the players and their families watching them on game day and knowing that they took the right precautions and have the right tools accessible to be able to help their family member or their loved one win the game. And thank you all so much for listening to that. Have a great rest of your day.